prison that you take it in gulps when you have it, until you make yourself sick. The sight of fireworks after so long reeled my mind back to childhood. Me running around all day with my little brothers and our homeboys, all of us hyper and happy and full of piss. 4th of July was one of those holidays you didn't need a nice home or a lot of money to celebrate. It belonged to everybody. New York always pulled out all the stops, and whether you were in the projects or Park Avenue, you got the same sky. My neighborhood off Murdoch Avenue in St. Albans, Queens, was full of working-class families. And there were always big, rowdy block parties on the 4th, music blasting, everyone eating barbecue, drinking beer and cans of pop icy from the cooler, getting along and having a good time. I spent weeks getting my pocket money together so I could buy some cherry bombs or a couple of Roman candles, or a box of dynamite stick firecrackers, with enough left over for some candy to carefully ration over the long, busy day I had laid out with my younger brothers, Ernie and Albert, the ones closest to me in age. We were tight like that. And we had big plans for the 4th of July. Those little sizzle stick things, sparklers? Not for us, man. No way. The Murdoch Avenue boys meant business. Yo, check this out! We started off small, just blowing up soda cans. They delivered a decent little blast with enough flying shards of aluminum to make a 12-year-old drunk go in danger. Bottles worked, too. The thrill wore off fast, though, and we boldly moved on to mailboxes, which offered only a muffled thud but were still entertaining for the hit-and-run element involved. From there, we graduated with cocky confidence to neighbors' garbage cans. The plastic ones were disappointing, but we quickly learned that a couple of cherry bombs could reliably blow a metal one to kingdom come, like something out of a war movie, with the kind of teeth-rattling force that made us go from taunting, nah, cherry bomb, to screaming, oh shit, as we hightailed it down the street while some raging grown-up charged after us. Get away from my yard, damn kids! I remember feeling reckless and badass, and for a little knucklehead kid, powerful. Once we had our fill of detonating inanimate objects like some marauding band of grade school gorillas, we would thread our way through the crowds milling on the street or gathered in the park. By then, we were loopy on sugar and adrenaline. We'd snatch a firecracker from the 20 packs we wore like ammo belts, light the fuse, then just randomly throw it into a knot of unsuspecting people and wait for it to go off at their feet. Every now and then we hit the Powerball, and some dude would grab his smoldering butt. We threw them at each other, too. Never aimed for the face, just the butt and legs. Yo, man, my butt is on fire! We laughed till we doubled over and the tears were rolling down our faces. Soda cans to bottles to mailboxes to garbage cans to each other. That's how the law of the jungle worked on the 4th of July. 20 years to life. That's how it worked in Sing Sing. Bitterly, I turned away from the grimy window in my 6-by-10-foot cell. I don't even want to watch the damn fireworks no more, I told myself. I struggled to shove the happy memories back into their lockbox, to reclaim the numbness that was my default setting. I just treat it as another day. Holidays don't mean shit, man. I had forgotten my own cardinal rule and had to pay now with self-pity. Look with your eyes, I reminded myself, never your heart. The sky fell silent and dark again, and I pushed away Dewey Bozella, the little kid laughing until his sides hurt, and lay down on my narrow iron bed, falling asleep the same way I had for thousands of nights past, and would for thousands more to come, as inmate number 84A0172, convicted murderer. There's no way ever to take the sharp edge off those words, or grow accustomed to their pain, especially when they're a lie, when you're paying for another man's crime. Your whole life hijacked by people who turned their backs on the truth. That they did it so casually made it all the worse. I wasn't the victim of some grand conspiracy or complicated setup. I was a convenient scapegoat for an ambitious prosecutor and a bumbling police department. The course of my entire life would change in their hands. All it took was one word. Guilty. That one word did what no fighter in the ring ever could. Brought me to my knees, howling in agony, sobbing so hard I could barely breathe. Disbelief hardening into a despair as vast and